Welcome back to the Hollie Ramsee Show. This week's episode, I have two of my closest, well, some of my closest friends. We're missing a couple, but this is Tiff. Y'all met her before. This is Elijah. She act like she camera shy. So we're going to be talking about colorism, which I feel like is a very important topic within the Black community, specifically with Black women. And for those who may not know, colorism is prejudice and discrimination against individuals with a darker tone, typically among people of the same ethnic group. So, I wanted to ask my fellow Black queens, what is your take on colorism, and do you feel like you've experienced it?
So I've experienced it, let's see. I have a lighter skinned brother, okay? And like, I remember in high school, this girl, she asked me, she said, "Is Chris really your blood brother?" And I said, "Yes." And she's like, "Well, why is he light skinned and you're not?" And I'm just looking at her like, "You didn't take biology 9th grade? Because we was in the same class." And then,
and like Elijah said, high school, so that's...
Yeah, and then...
Like, you're too old for that.
Right, and I remember a guy that I was not even interested in came up to me and was like, "I'd date you if you were light-skinned." Those are his and also, yeah, and I remember...
Was he light-skinned?
No, he was actually darker than me. He was darker than me. I'm like, them be the ones. Girl... Right, and then I remember I had an ex-boyfriend back in 2018. Y'all remember? We shall not speak of his name, but pretty much indirectly told me that he didn't want to be with me because he'd rather be with a light-skinned girl.
First off, I never knew that.
I sent it all in the group chat. Yes, when we broke up. You remember that.
You remember that?
You remember
yes.
that.
You know I remember.
How did he indirectly tell you that, though?
He made a list of like other reasons as to why he didn't want to be with me, but because I knew him better than he was ready to know himself, I knew what it was. And then he eventually said it, and I was just like, yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Actually, because I know myself, like, that didn't make me feel no type of way. Like, I was just like, you have, like, self-hate issues,
yeah.
so...
See, but I feel like it's not fair that we have to come to the realization that you have self-hate, and you can just say anything to me because you don't feel comfortable with yourself.
Right.
Like, I feel like we always have to eat stuff and be like, okay, I see what it is, but that's not always
That's not
right.
okay. Like, we shouldn't have to deal with that.
Exactly. And
so.
Black men, I'm not bashing y'all because I definitely love y'all.
I love y'all.
But that kind of stuff, like, you gotta watch how you speak to especially darker women, because we already have, some people have complexes already and may feel a certain way, and we already can tell because our intuition and feeling. So just watch how you talk to us, please.
Okay, because we gave birth to y'all.
And your mom, and it's crazy because a lot of y'all mamas is dark.
Your mama's black.
As the night sky, okay?
Your sisters,
As the
your
night
grandma,
sky.
your aunties. So I've also like, I look at all sides of the spectrum too, and I'm like, I notice a lot of Black men, of course, self-hate, and then also a lot of them may have had like tainted relationships with their mom.
Yeah,
you know.
And what's crazy is a mother was just telling me that like a lot of experiences have to do with the relationship with their mother,
with their parent, like the parent.
Yeah. But I just don't like that excuse.
It's a lot of different dynamics, but there's still no excuse because it's just like at the end of the day, you're Black, so you need to tell me.
Yeah, and that was the conversation regarding men going outside of their race.
Yes.
So that's a whole different situation.
We can talk about that too.
We can talk about that too if we really want to go there. But okay, Elijah, go back to what you were saying.
I was just trying to, going back to you saying a lot of our moms are, dark skinned and Black, that some men don't hold the same attitudes and ideals for their mothers as they do, strangers that they don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the difference? Like, okay, your mom's dark skinned, your auntie's dark skinned, so they're okay. But when you see a Black woman on the street who's dark skinned, it's like,
it's not the same.
It's not. You know what I mean?
They tend to be, I don't know. I see it. Yeah, I see it. They're very disrespectful and like disregard us compared to someone who's of lighter complexion or of a different race. And it's just like
you can't be selectively attracted to your own people. Like it's you
like,
know what I mean?
They'll
Like,
be very rude towards us for no reason. Like,
or
you know what I mean?
don't. And then it's like if being a dark skinned woman, and then if you have a little bit of to you.
Yeah.
Oh my
Then it's like
don't even give me
you're
started.
You have bad
like,
attitude.
oh, you're dark skinned and your attitude sucks.
At work, okay, at work, you know how vibrant we can be. Like, so, like, at work, I will always get, dang, bro, why you so mad? Calm down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I literally haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, like, what is your problem? I'm not hyped. But if you keep saying, like, what's your problem? Why you so mad? I'm gonna get hyped.
That's just a regular human reaction, too.
Like, it's annoying.
Okay, so I would say for my personal experience and my take on colorism, I feel like this topic is always on my heart because I've had multiple situations where, like, whether it be from men or another girl who is literally around the same level, and then I have to let that person know, and then it's like, okay, I can't do that with her. But like, even just like with work and stuff like that, I feel like people just hold darker women at a different level compared to like
they
like
definitely
we have
not to bash light women. That's not your fault, and we're all black, but there is a difference between the two.
Definitely.
We have to like walk on eggshells with how we say and do things for your comfort,
and it is so exhausting.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're taking away from our personality, and like we're having to shrink ourselves constantly to fit into spaces or to be accepted or to like basic things like to even just keep a job. You know what I mean? So. It's
like I feel like we always have to tone something down. It's always something that just we can't just be or we can't just exist. There's always something that we're doing wrong or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and just black people in general, like we're naturally expressive. Like we're very animated and like have big personalities and things like that. So if say like a non-black girl was to do half the things that we do, it's okay.
It's different.
But then us, you're doing
you're doing too much.
You're doing way too. You're doing extra. Like it's constantly having to try to shrink ourselves, and it's like
but if someone else does it,
it's
even
okay.
lighter or even a different ethnicity, it's cute.
Oh, she has spunk. Oh, she's sassy.
It's cute.
Yeah, us is the attitude or repressive or So
that kind of like shifts into my next question, like how has colorism shaped your life as a young adult? Do you think it has?
Definitely.
Do you think it's like kind of in the back of your mindset when you do things or just maneuver within life?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanna. It's definitely. I definitely have a story to tell. It's like, okay, I was at work and one of my coworkers. I don't even remember how this conversation got brought up, but. For some reason, when I'm at work, I always get dragged into these topics about race and stuff. So I was having a conversation with my coworker, who's a light-skinned black woman, super light with like freckles, ginger hair, and stuff like that. And I was just like casually explaining to her how, like, if say one day I find a non-black male attractive, in the back of my head I have to ask myself, I wonder, does he like black women? I wonder, does he like natural hair? Like. And it's not like I'm hung up like, I'll never be like, I wonder, does he like never that. Yeah. But it's just like, it's just such a norm now. It's just in the back of your head like, like he don't even like black girls. Or I wonder if this.
Of women that do
and
that.
And then my coworker was trying to say, she was basically trying to invalidate what I've experienced and say like, I never had to deal with that. That doesn't happen. Not realizing that you saying that just proves your privilege. Like, you not having to experience that or endure that just proves you were privileged enough to not have to.
Invalidating it is very ignorant.
Yes. Like, it it is a problem. You have to acknowledge it. And you can't say, just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that I haven't. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's happened.
Yeah. And you're not the only black female
at
who
all.
has that. I always thought that from high school, not really middle school, but from high school to now. Like, I always think, like, can I deal with this person, or are they going to be like,
everything she do, she got attitude.
Not even that, but are they gonna look at me at this level, or are they gonna look at me below because I'm not a lighter girl or have these features and that kind of stuff? And thank God,
girl,
for my parents, because I am very, I know who I am, and I do have a lot of self-worth and confidence in who I am. And I thank my mom, because my mom would tell me every day, girl, you black, we love black. Oh, I got with your dad because we dark. So thank God for that. But it's a lot of girls who don't have that type of like guidance and relationship with their mothers, who tell them like, oh, you're beautiful, like dark is beautiful, don't worry about any of that kind of stuff. And that goes to show like their confidence level might not be high. So when you get rejected and disrespected by men and women, it can lower your self-esteem, and you might not be able to feel confident in front of a room of folk.
There's so many things to say about colorism. Like, it's honestly, I just feel like it's everywhere. With like the weird obsession with having mixed babies.
Yeah. Oh my god,
mixed babies with colored eyes and loose coils. Why are you thinking about that?
My whole thing is like, black men. There's you love who you love. I get that, but also don't bash black women in the process. And then a whole nother thing is and a whole nother thing with that is as well is like, a lot of these non-black girls right now, because they think it's a trend, because the Kardashians and stuff like that, they look up to them, but they give a black man kind of as like an accessory,
a fetish.
They're using them as like an accessory to have a black baby, and then they also think that because they have like a mixed baby, that they can have an opinion on what black people go through.
What black women go through.
Black women. Specifically.
First off, my thing is, and yes, I'm going there.
And there's a whole energy, too.
I just feel like you cannot get with our men and then think that you're capable of saying anything about us. Period.
Because you're not black.
Because you don't have the same experiences as us, and you're not superior to us for you to think that you could say anything. So that's that on that.
Period.
And then like,
Period.
No, but like, I don't know if y'all ever like, we have a presence. I have a presence. So it's like, I'll be walking, minding my business. You don't know me, you just be minding my business.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, I'll walk past an interracial couple. Black man, non-black woman, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and it's just like, the woman will see me and then kind of have like this energy and just like, oh, I got one of yours. And,
oh my gosh.
And it's like,
kind of that, like post about
it's like an energy, and it's like, I don't know. It's just weird.
That's
weird.
It's weird, and it's real. At first, like I have to admit, seeing they usually like dramatize that in TV, and then like if I see it, I'll be like, oh, I've never seen that before. Like I've never in real life seen like a non-black woman like go like this or both when she like sees a black woman walk by. But remember that time we had went to somewhere. It was us. We went somewhere downtown Long Beach. And it was that white woman with her black boyfriend, and when we walked past her, she started kissing on him.
Yeah.
She looked at us and started kissing on him.
Yeah.
Like, sis.
Yeah, we like don't care. Yeah, it's stuff like that happens a lot too that I noticed, and it's ugly. It's ugly.
It is, but it's so
like,
unnecessary.
It is.
That's what I mean. Like colorism is prevalent everywhere.
But then what's even worse is the black men don't even see it.
Or they do and they choose to ignore it.
They be so like either oblivious to it or they think it's a flex.
And it's so weird.
Like I went to Melrose a couple weeks ago, and that's all I seen out there, and I'm just like, I have to leave because I'm just like, ugh.
Strange.
It's strange.
But what's crazy is at work, I had an experience where this white dude came in, and me, I rock an afro or a head wrap at work every day. And it was another black girl with me at the host stand, and this man just was like, he checked in or whatever, and he was like, yeah, my wife is coming. She looks like, I tell my wife I want her to wear her hair like y'all. Like, fro, just keep it natural. And he kind of was like following me around the workplace, and was like, yeah, I love the natural texture of your hair, and licking my wife, showing me images of this woman.
Are you okay?
Showing me images of this woman, and I just be like, and then I'm looking at the black woman like, what is you doing?
Yeah,
for real,
right.
because why? That's weird.
But
They got a fetish.
But then it's like partially self-hate on her part,
Yeah.
because she probably didn't get that same type of attention or love by a black man, and then this white man comes in, and he's probably showing her all this, and it's probably not really love. I won't say that because I don't know, but it seemed like a fetish more than anything else, and I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It is weird, because why? If you want to compliment my hair because you think that it's pretty, say that. Don't say it's so cool.
Yeah,
it's so exotic. It's so this. It's so that. Like, and the whole like, don't touch my hair. Can I touch your hair? It's still prevalent in 2020.
Yeah.
At work, I had someone pull one of my coils. I had my afro out, and I had someone pull one of my coils, and I had to turn around and give her that look because she was about to get slapped. Because like, what is your obsession with our hair?
My whole thing too with that is like, yeah, I'll say thank you to be polite for the compliment. You know, like, oh, your hair looks nice and stuff from, non-black people. But, like, I really don't care how y'all think my hair look, because y'all was shunning us for wearing it like this back in the day. Like, natural hair just became, like, a big thing when, like, a few years ago. Like,
with them getting box braids and all that stuff.
Now that you see us loving ourselves, y'all want to be like, oh, wow, you look so nice. And
then to bring it back to the topic of colorism, it's apparent when someone asks, is this your real hair?
Yeah.
That is not okay. If you didn't know before, you know today. It is not okay to ask me if my hair is real because it's big, or because it's super coily, and because I'm of a darker tone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, would you be asking someone who was lighter, who was light skinned, that question?
Exactly. They probably wouldn't.
Because I remember I was out with a old friend from high school, like a few years ago, and we went out to eat or whatever, and then these two guys, they came up. His friend was, acting like, because it's me. His friend was talking to Malika, my friend Malika. Hey, Malika girl! but so he was talking to her, and then his friend, like, was supposed to come talk to me, I guess, but he seemed like, he has a type. That's what they like to say. I have a type. Okay. But anyway, you catch what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyways, she was wearing I think she was wearing extensions or something. I don't know. But then, I always have my hair out. And so he was like, oh, this is your hair? Like, this is real nice, and this, and all of that. And then he looked at me, he said, is that your real hair?
Wait, he asked her first if it was her real hair?
He just said her hair looks really nice. Like, you have, nice looking hair, and this,
and then he turned to you.
And then turned to me, he said, that's all your hair? And I'm like,
we get asked that so much.
Excuse me? And she checked him. I didn't even have to do nothing. She checked him. Thanks, Malika, girl. I love you, girl. But,
it's just, honestly, I just be disappointed.
I'm really disappointed
because it's just a lack of respect across the board.
Yeah.
And it feels insufferable at times. It's just sometimes, it's just like, ugh.
And then it's like, there's some men who, let me get into the whole men thing, but there's some men who understand, and it's a very few who really get it, and then there's some men who just totally are not there. And then it's like we're waiting for them to get on the level where they understand. But honestly, we have to nurture them into it for them
who
to
wants
get
to do
it.
that?
But
That's
it's like
it.
I don't got energy for that.
No.
Especially
Like,
if you're black.
yeah,
No.
like you're a grown ass man
So
who's black.
And we live
Exactly.
like we live the same lives.
Yeah.
Like you know what I go through.
like
Just like we know what you go through. But I just feel like
it's a lot of selfishness.
and also I feel like with black women we're always the ones who are the painted saviors. We always have to be the bigger person, or we always have to be understanding.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, who's gonna
that
show that for us?
same
Who's
in
gonna
return.
reciprocate
who
that?
does everyone come run into when they down and out?
Yeah.
Black woman.
Like
Or
I know
it's not even that they run to us. It's just that
They
it's
look
in
to
our
us.
nature
yeah.
to be protective and to be understanding and to be caring because we get it.
yeah.
Like
that
we're
time.
not gonna look out for you because why would we not look out for you?
Yeah.
And it's just like we don't get that same energy in return.
At least it feels like because we all know that there's black men out there.
Yeah,
who are like
of course.
boom, boom, bam,
Definitely.
but it lately it's just been so much
Recently,
of the
though,
opposite.
exactly.
It's just
feels
like, okay, are we by ourselves here? Because it's starting to feel like that. It feels like the only people who have black women's back is
black women.
black women. So
Kind
of, and I'm gonna say like, imagine how upsetting it feels when we get the same attitudes from black women.
Yeah.
I get a lot of it from older black women. Like people are like parents' age.
Yeah,
They
and that was
like,
okay. That was one of my
oh, okay.
questions. Real
I'm
quick.
like, I get a lot of it. It's not
Like, okay, so I seen Jada Pinkett talk about how black women can be real nasty and like, ooh, look at her, like she
Towards
thinks she's
one
too
another.
good, or towards one another. Do you think colorism has shaped that idea and those feelings and emotions?
I do feel like that with like I said, like the older generation of like black women, like as far as like our parents' age and like older because of the times that they grew up in.
Yeah.
So I feel like it may have shaped that, and then some
So
that
you think
are.
that it's better now?
I feel like it is like I feel like we're all kind of becoming more of a sisterhood with one another because we're healing and changing like certain lineage patterns that's been in our family and just trying to do better with ourselves so that way we can like give that love out to one another because that's what we need is just love,
Yeah.
But I do know like there are some that are around like our age group and our generation that's still kind of nasty towards one another, and I do see that stems from them not having a loving relationship with their mom at home, but that's still no excuse because it's your life, you got to change that and heal from that, but like a lot of it comes from being loved by your mom if she was around growing up, like being shown that type of love. Like I remember I had a friend growing up across the street from me and her mom was so like nasty towards her, like would talk down to her, like call her all kind of so like I remember my mom's dad's wife, she was like, you should let me straighten your hair or something, it's too wild and stuff like that, and I'm like,
She's a white woman?
no, she black.
Oh, she's a lighter woman.
She wasn't that light. She was kind of like, I would say a little lighter than you. She wasn't that light though.
Okay.
But like she would say stuff like that, or we'd be outside and stuff, and she'd be like, "Get out the sun, and you gonna get darker."
See?
Stuff like that.
It's like
Like, damn, I'm black.
The era that they grew up in, it's like you try to understand because it's like, okay, maybe it's ingrained in them, but it's just like we're in different times.
Get with it.
And it's also what's annoying about that is that colorism also, it goes into like our hair and stuff, and it's like white is right and whatever's closest to that is acceptable.
Yeah.
So the straight hair and like little sidestep. I'm natural and I be wearing my afro. And I be posting pictures. I get compliments. But as soon as I put this weave in for my birthday,
You getting likes.
my DMs were
Flooding.
like I had to just like close the app and just take a break.
Wow.
That's how many DMs I was getting.
Wow.
Like I wasn't getting none of this when I have my afro out.
They love that.
Yeah, no.
It's annoying because it's just like this is heat damage.
Yeah.
Having leave out and trying to have straight hair, it's damaging my hair. So I keep
And
not
you
when
have
I
to
take this
explain
off.
that in the
Yeah.
And it's just like come grow up.
Girl, please.
like every
it's
black girl is not
versatile.
gonna have super curly, long, luscious, wavy hair.
Yeah.
Like that ain't how it go.
And it's like, I would get harassed a lot at work because I wear my afro like this, or it'd be bigger and like brushed out or whatever. And I constantly would get harassed talking about, is it MD compliant? Actually, yes, it is.
Oh, it's trying to get you in trouble?
Yeah, like trying to get me in trouble for it. But I'm like, they have natural curly hair, but because their hair is of looser curl pattern, it's acceptable.
My texture to Tiffany's texture is still not, like, we don't have equivalent hair textures.
Yours
Me
is
and you
more
don't have.
zigzaggy.
Yeah, so I don't have those same types of problems she may have, like, in a workplace. Mine might be a little worse because they're like, your hair is not tamed.
Yeah,
You know
they
what
say
I'm
that
saying?
to me too.
Yeah, like, it's not tamed. It's not, like, you need to, like, comb it or make it more structured.
Let me tell you,
We even had a black woman say
this,
that to me.
I had a supervisor, a black supervisor, dark-skinned black supervisor, who, I don't know if this was a thing for her. I don't know if she was really self-hating, but whenever I would see her, her hair was always straight. But I remember one time I came to work with my hair in a puff, and it was blow dried, so it wasn't defined. So, you know, you know how our hair looks when it's blow dried. Big old puff. She puts me to the side and she's like, I've never seen your hair this big before. It's just too, I kid you not, it's just too. And I'm like, to what? Like, what are you trying to say? Because do we not have the same hair growing out of our scalp? Like, is our hair both not nappy? Like are you confused? Yeah, so she was like, it's just too big. And I was like, so what do you want me to do with this information? Like, what do you expect me to say? I don't know. Like, I'm not about to go take it down. Like, it'd be stuff like that. It's also stuff like coming to work. You know that we're versatile. We stay changing our stuff up. Girl, I will go to work. I'll go to work with braids. I'll go to work with my fro's slick back. Every time I'll go to work with a different hairstyle, it's, oh, you always change your hair. Whoa, it looks so nice. Whoa, it looks so cool. Whoa, why did you take down? You know, I had this one coworker who was not black, but he was a person of color. But he had asked me one time, he said, why'd you take down your ponytail? Because I had my hair up in a slick ponytail in a bun. He's gonna say, why'd you take down your ponytail? And I was wearing my afro. So it's just like, what are you trying to say?
Like, you like my ponytail better.
What are you trying to say?
I feel like people think they can have opinion about everything.
They really can. You have freedom of speech. But you don't need to speak. You don't need to speak all the time.
On everything I got going on in my head.
I get asked a lot, like, is your hair real? Is that a wig? Like, they'll really ask me that. Yeah. And I'm just like, is your hair wig? I got to that point. Like, is your hair wig?
Yeah.
It's annoying. And it's like for brown skin, for darker, brown skin women, it can't never just be
your hair looks nice.
Yeah, it can't never just be that. It always has to be like, is this yours or is this a wig? Because it's like, so what are you trying to say? Like, I'm not able to have big luscious hair. That's what it is. That's what we are. Big luscious and everything. Like,
I'm also
like Dr. Umar said, little lemon all the way to chocolate fudge. All the way to chocolate fudge.
No, I've gotten to the point, like, when people ask me that, because I've gotten asked so much since I started my natural hair journey back in like 2012. Just so much. I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, you only ask black women that question, don't you?
Yeah.
And they just like, just taken aback. Like,
and so like you're saying, other black women have questioned your hair and
definitely
told you what you need to do
and
about your hair.
It was the black supervisor. I get it from family members sometimes. They'll say, girl, what's wrong with your hair? Or what you gonna do with your hair? Blah, blah, blah. You know, it builds up.
Yeah.
But like, luckily for me, I'm unapologetic when it comes to my blackness. So it doesn't faze me, but it's there. Like, it's there.
Me too. I'm going to do what I want and how I see fit with my head and everything else regarding myself. Like, and a lot of people's opinions just don't matter. And I had to learn that about other women, black women, saying little remarks, either to my man, because they think they can have that privilege to talk to my man about me, and everybody else. Like, I'm gonna do and move accordingly how I see fit, and everyone's opinion just don't matter.
Yeah, like
It just really don't.
what's it doing for my life?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So,
But okay, back to what I was saying. Y'all think that black women now treat other black women better than they did then?
I do think so. I think so.
I think so, kind of.
Kinda, yeah. We still got a lot of work to do. But it stems from like generational, like, you know what I mean? But it's gotten better because like before growing up, like I've always had hair because my mom took care of it and everything. But like growing up, like I'll be walking or even just at school and stuff, like it'd be hard for me to like be cool with other black girls from like all the way from middle school to like high school and kind of into like early adulthood for me.
Yeah.
I'm still in early adulthood, y'all. But you know, like when I was like,
Good.
for real. But you know, like stuff like that, like I'll be, you know, just be I'll be out or whatever and just, you know, like just hey, how you doing? And I get dirty looks. And
Oh
stuff,
my
like,
God.
Oh, whatever. You know, she
Tiffany,
thinks all that stuff.
do you remember
so
walking into that studio
Oh,
and
wow.
and us being the lovely, gentle black women that we are?
Yes.
We
do
speak.
remember. That was so ugly.
We speak to other black women. I don't have no disrespect or no ill wishes on you. I'ma speak to you, right, Elijah?
Yeah.
Like, yes, sis, I'ma speak to you, right, Tiffany?
I'm gonna speak to you.
So, you know what we do, we walk in the studio, we speak, hi everybody, how you doing? Of course there's a black woman there, so I'm gonna speak to her out of respect. Hello. We got shunned.
Didn't say nothing.
No hi, no nothing. And just change the whole energy. It's like, what I do to you, you know?
It's so exhausting.
And so that's what I mean, like, I don't see, maybe because in my experiences, I haven't seen that level of, like
love towards
love.
one another yet.
And a lot of it comes from lighter women. I've had a lot of experiences where someone told someone I was dealing with, like, why are you talking to her? Like, why are you even, what you doing? Like, he was wrong for even being with me.
See, that's
I've had people, like, and that's happened on multiple occasions, and then it's like, you feel like you don't need to speak to me, you know, just a disrespect level.
See, that's what, and when it's like when you hear stories like that and you're constantly experiencing that, it really builds up, and that's why I have like such like problems with forgiving these light-skinned singers and stuff when they like when old stuff resurfaces and them talking shit about darker skinned black women. It's not as easy for me to forgive them because it's just like, are you serious?
Yeah. And it's like, are you really apologetic?
No, they're not. They
You know?
do it because someone found an old tweet or old video and then they feel bad because they money getting messed
everything
up.
now. Like, oh, I'm gonna just apologize.
And then
for
it's like, and then it also just reinforces my, how do I say this? It just, for me, I just be unimpressed when I see like, even though like we're all black, you know, I'll always compliment black women, but like when I see, I really do. It be getting on their nerves.
It's like, I'm the same way, girl. Yeah, and I just got the face like, okay.
I be like, hey, this is so cute, but like I just feel like, dang, that made me lose my train of thought. But like, I just feel like when I see like a light-skinned black woman with curly hair, I just don't be impressed anymore because it's just like, you guys, I don't even want to say you guys because it sounds like a divide, but I'm really not trying to divide us up. But it's just like, lighter skinned black women have always been in the light. Regardless of, you know, the amount of racism and discrimination that we face as a people, when you separate us,
darker women are at the
bottom. We're at the bottom of the totem pole, and
pole.
then the light skinned women are at the top. So it's just like, nowadays I'm just unimpressed, and I feel like that's a problem.
I feel the same way, and I felt like that for a while just because of those experiences. It's like, you don't think that I hold value and men should look at me a certain way. Why should I feel the same about you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. It really doesn't. And I don't want to, like you said, separate the two because Ashley, which is our dear heart, our little girl, I love her so much because Ashley is just beautiful. She's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And like, her spirit is beautiful. Her energy is beautiful. And she don't have that same, like how other lighter women do, that same like
she'll never feel like she's better than somebody.
Yeah, she'll never feel like she's higher up or like we're not equals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's a lot of women who feel like they are above because they have that lighter complexion or
and they get the
hair,
attention,
and they get the attention, and
all
a black, and partially it's black men's fault too because they are the ones who
reinforce
nurture that. You know what I'm saying? And they probably see that men aren't doing that for us, so they can have that attitude and perspective on darker tone. You know. But look, y'all. On a positive note, it's a lot of good women out there that ain't on that. So I don't want to feel like we just bashing them.
Or not, but these conversations need to happen.
These conversations definitely need to happen.
Yeah, putting it out there like that's what it is.
It has to be acknowledged for, stuff to change.
Growth. Yeah.
Because clearly, going back to the conversation I had with my coworker, clearly some people are unaware.
Yeah.
So it's like, this isn't, the point of this isn't to just, bash, but it's just like, sometimes we have to get this off our chest.
Colorism exists.
It does
a real
exist.
Issue, and I feel like a lot of people don't take it as serious as it is. Like, we see a lot of people trying to have mixed kids. That is a clear image.
So weird.
So it needs to be talked about. Like, why is that the case? Like, why are you not trying to do the same with darker women? Like that needs to be a topic of discussion. Because it's serious.
It's even in like television and movies. Like it's always a black dad and son. Like
I see that.
Black dad and son. Yeah. But ooh,
look at the leg. That is from the scalp. That was wild. Okay.
It's always like a dark-skinned black man and black son like playing the dad and son in like a television show or movie, but it's always like lighter complexion when it comes to the daughter or the mom.
That's just
and they're always mixed.
That's the image we always see.
They're always
and
mixed.
It honestly, it really is hurtful. Like that we don't see. I don't see you doing stuff that you could be doing. It always has to be someone who is a little lighter, like, or a little more curly hair. It's just it can be very hurtful when you constantly see that type of imagery.
It's like they use women who are just black enough.
Yeah.
Like she's just the right amount.
And
black.
even for brands too, it's always like that's their go-to image. Like, oh, let me get this lighter girl.
Even on castings that I'll see on my casting profiles and stuff, like it'll say ethnically ambiguous preferred. Stuff. It'll say stuff like that. Yes, and I'm just like, that's it'll say like African American, Latino, ethnically ambiguous is preferred though.
What do you mean?
Stuff like that. Yeah, and just just with entertainment industry, they've always preferred like the mixed look.
Yeah.
They prefer that over just actually.
I guess we ain't grown that much.
Right. It's just been hit a little bit.
That's wild.
I didn't know that.
Well, when we create our own stuff, y'all know it's gonna be a whole bunch of black women, all shades, all colors, darker, lighter. It don't matter. Like I like to see black chocolate women in the limelight. I think it's super important, and we're beautiful as fuck, and we're deserving as hell. So like I feel like that is super important, and I just wanted to that's why I wanted to talk about it today, because I want us to be able to share our experiences, and because we don't get that type of opportunity, or we're bashed even if we speak up on it. So I feel like this was very important, and of course I got to do it with my babies.
I'm older than y'all.
I know. Tip is Barely the oldest.
Barely. It's like a year and a
Give me
half.
a hug. Give me a hug, little.
She thinks she's so grown.
Little
Bye.
I am wrong with this coat. So thank you guys so much for being a part of it. I hope y'all like my chamomile
It was
tea.
good.
That tea was good. I was drinking it out there on the video ground.
Ain't that cute little sipping talk?
Mine gone.
I appreciate you guys for tuning into the Hollie Ramsee Show. Let's continue to lead with light, love, and positive energy. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.
Yeah.